Hey Capricorn, I'm Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength on this reading, go check your other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Starting off with looking for an intuitive vibe from the Moonology deck and the Work Your Light Oracle decks. And then we're going to move on to the Golden Tarot for a more traditional tarot spread. See what happens here. All right. Got a few here. Any more for Capricorn? Speak now or forever hold your peace, or at least for a week. Anything else for Capricorn? Nope. Okay. This is good. This is good. We can work with this. Oh my gosh, we have another stage dive. But we don't have the visualization of the choir down here, but we have the same leap card. Remember that from a couple weeks ago? We don't have the crowd here to catch you, but we do. We know that they're there. But this is just a little reminder that have you not leapt yet? Did you not leap? You go first, the universe will catch you. I love that. I mean, it's terrifying and absolutely the worst and the scariest ever, but it is really exciting and really cool because the universe does have a way of meeting you halfway at least. At least it just needs you to have the intention, take the steps towards that, and then anything can happen from there. I feel like my heater's about to turn on. Hold on. Well, we're just going to have to live with it for now. I turned it off, but it takes a while to process that. So maybe that's what you were doing. You were taking a while to process the fact that you were going to have to leap here. Because I think this is the third week in a row you've gotten this card. So there's something intuitive, though. I mean, this is why her halo is a giant moon, right? Very intuitive leap here. You don't know where it's going. You don't know what's going to happen. But there's some sort of intuitive leap that you're meant to make here. And then there's going to be something that let the universe surprise you. You do your job. Don't try to. I mean, we always are trying to slightly manipulate the universe. You know, we say please and thank you and all that stuff, and even with other people. Some people call that manipulation. Other people call it just being polite and trying to get what you want by being sociable and polite. But there is a way in which we do need to focus on our own, what we want to do, and leave the rest to the fates, leave the rest to whatever, to the other person or the powers that be, or whatever kind of magic in the universe. Who said it? Fortune favors the brave. I think that was Voltaire. So taking that brave, terrifying, frightening leap and being brave and allowing something to come in to catch you. Wow, this is fascinating because there's almost like two different energies here. We have leap, which is creating creating possibility, creating ungroundedness or instability full of possibility. So leap is creating instability full of possibility. But then we also have get grounded, connect with nature, time alone, rooting. I love the rooting meditations. I've been doing a lot of them lately, although they've been a staple for many years. This groundedness, this rooting, and look at these roses here blooming from this rooting, right? All the beautiful things. So get grounded and leap. It's almost like two different things. Like glue yourself to the earth, get grounded. Root, shoot those energetic roots down through your feet into the earth, and then take the leap. Like it's almost like get your energy right, get your energy grounded and good and solid, and then maybe you'll be more ready for some self-imposed instability and unpredictability. But they almost seem, opposite. Get grounded and leap. Those are two opposite directions. But I think you've got to go in two opposite directions, and they're going to balance each other out. Energy is gaining momentum. Well, I'll say there's a ways to go here. This is called waxing moon. So you've got a ways to go. You need to be remaining grounded while you do that, while also you take flight and head into the direction that you want to go. So you're taking flight, you're moving forward, but you're both the bird and the ground the bird covers. You're the distance. The energy is gaining momentum. So you're getting somewhere, right? This isn't a new moon. This isn't a new beginning. This is something that's already underway. You need to take risks, but you need to make, I almost want to say, calculated risks as you make progress. Progress will be made through calculated risks. Sure-footed risks. I mean, that is something about leaping. I don't know if you've done much like cliff jumping or stuff with something like that, but the last thing you want is your last push off that cliff to have your foot slip and slide, and then you don't get the distance you need to leap. You don't make a good strong leap. You need that last connection to earth to be very solid and very sure-footed in order to really clear what might be sticking out from the cliff, what might be sticking out there, and any dangers. You need to make a really strong push off of that, very grounded. You want that last footstep to be sure, and then you can take your leap. So maybe that's what we're talking about. You're taking a running jump, and you need to make sure you're doing it sure-footedly, because there's risk, but risk can be minimized with some solid thinking it through, figuring things out, grounding, connection. I really like this energy, really. It's really beautiful that it's this grounding and then you pushing off from that. You're not just, tripping off a cliff. You're making some sort of super intentional, clear leap into the unknown, and you know exactly what you're doing. You have very clearly connected with your purpose and your power here. Because, you don't want that last leap to be a powerless push off the cliff. This is all very metaphoric here. I don't even know how this correlates in real life, but I think, like, if you're going to ask somebody out, you don't want to just be like, thinking, and then go up and stumble through something. This person that you've been idolizing and wanting to be with for forever, and you don't want to just stutter through that. So this would look like planning out how you're going to say something, figuring out sort of the ways that could be misunderstood, figuring out a way to make sure that they feel safe, because a lot of girls do not like to be hit on in, dark alleys. So making sure that you've thought about the situation, about where you're going to communicate with them, how you're going to communicate with them. Yeah, communication, and this could be work related or anything. That was just the first example that came to me. That communication is going to be enough of a leap, right? Enough of an unknown, enough of an instability that you want to make sure everything that surrounds it is planned out, stable, grounded, connected. Your thinking before you go into the situation is very grounded. You've checked and double checked a couple things. And so every footstep as you gain momentum to take a running leap, every footstep, you know where that foot's going to land, and it's a sure-footed footstep, and that's going to give your leap a lot more power to it. So you're going to be able to, ask somebody out in a way that, you've done your homework, not creepy homework, but you've done your homework as far as like making sure that you're set up for success as much as possible. But in the end, there's a leap. Yeah. All right, Capricorn, here is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. So in your recent past, you have this 9 of Coins, accomplishment, a sense of worthiness, creation. She has her own business. She is a successful entrepreneur. She ships her product all over the world. She has great employees. So it's not necessarily a she, but it could be. This is someone from your recent past. A very successful business person, goes after what they want. They have just some sort of really strong sense of self-worth. They know what they're worth. They know what to charge for their product. They know, she's our entrepreneur. She does everything from top to bottom of her business. I mean, not everything. She also does the hiring, but she knows what she's worth. This person is someone who knows their value, knows their worth, knows how to navigate finances, work, business. They've accomplished quite a bit. They got into that flow of either time or money. It doesn't even have to be career, but something physical. They've been able to manifest it. She's a farmer, and they've been able to grow what they've wanted to grow to fruition here. In your current situation, you've got a lot of options here. This is why you're being asked to ground, I think. A lot of possibilities. This could be possible ways of approaching this Nine of Coins person, or this Nine of Coins person is you, and now you don't, now what? Now what do I do now? There's a lot of options, a lot of possibilities here, and you could be very overwhelmed with them, what to prioritize. There's a lot of prioritization that needs to go on here. Maybe this Nine of Coins, our widow Clico, maybe she wants something else now after she's been so successful in this realm. She may want something else. This may be you trying to figure out what you want next. How to make this decision, how to make these choices, what to prioritize. What do you want now? So there's a kind of overwhelming sense of options, each with different values attached to them, different value systems, different perspectives. It's almost like I'm just seeing these little groups of angels down here. It's almost like a debate team trying to figure out what their argument is going to be. How you're going to approach this person? How are you going to argue? Which is the best option? It's like pro and con here. I forget what it all is, but they've got to figure out like what they want here, and what side they're going to be on. No, they've been assigned a side, and they've got to figure out what the best argument for their cup is and against what the other cups are. So they're going to be debating. So it's like there's an inner debate going on within you about what's the best priority. You've been successful in one field, and it might be time to prioritize another field. So, but there's an inner debate here over which is the highest good, which is the highest use of your time. How do you make these decisions? Do you go with your heart? Do you go with a pro-con list? My favorite is go with the pro-con list, throw it out, go with my heart. But at least the pro-con, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That pro-con list clarifies things, though. It's not useless. I'm not saying I do the pro-con list and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And I throw it out. No, I do this all intentionally. I do the pro-con list so I can see, and I can weigh it, and I can weigh it against what, and then as I'm doing that, a sort of a winner emerges here. The side I want to advocate for, the side that I want, the thing that I want kind of emerges as I'm going through this debating with myself, making a pro-con list. Well, if I live here, these are the advantages, these are the disadvantages. If I live here, these are the, one time I went so pro-con list, it was like a 4-page spreadsheet, and each value was put into a percentage of how important that thing was and multiplied. And then where I ended up living, the ideal city for me, or where I really wanted to go, was ridiculous. Like, I was like, how did that even end up on the pro-con list? It wins the pro-con list, but I don't want to go there at all. I don't even know why it was an option now. But that's the whole point of the pro-con list, is to help you narrow down your options. The debate, narrowing down your options. What do I do? And then in the end, I know now that I have to throw away the pro-con list and go with what my heart tells me. But that pro-con list solidified my heart. So this is the get grounded, I feel like, is metaphorically the same as the pro-con list. Figure this out. Analyze the options. Analyze the options, debate them, figure them out, and then throw the pro-con. Once you've got that grounding and you understand the issues at play, the sacrifices that will be made if you go through your heart, then you take the intuitive leap. But you first want to have a really clear understanding of all the different things at play. And I think it helps, and it helps me. I can always go back and be like, well, I did the pro-con list, it said this, and I can go back through my thinking process and realize, like, I did follow my heart here. This is what I chose. I don't have to stick with it. I can make changes, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I can at least, like, sort of, I don't know, there's some sort of soul justification that goes on here. But you don't ever have to go with what your pro-con list comes up with. It's just a way of clarifying things, and I think getting grounded here. All right, so what's on your heart? 9 of Cups. Look at this. You have 9 of Coins. So, oh my God, I think this is career success, success in life, having enough money, having what you need, having been successful in one field. You want to be successful in a different field. Emotional happiness. You want to show people that you're happy, that you're emotionally happy, or you're hoping to be emotionally happy. 9 of Cups is very fulfilled emotionally, having, you know, a whole menagerie, a whole farm. So here, it's interesting. There's birds in both of these messages, hearts. One's got a dog, one's got a sheep, but they look almost identical. And they both have women, but this one has a baby, has a family, has that emotional connection in this 9 of Cups, is more emotionally connected, is more socially connected, socially fulfilled, social and emotional well-being and fulfillment. You start off with this 9 of Coins, career fulfillment, productivity, being very career fulfilled. You're reprioritizing. You're wondering if you might want to head more in this direction, making family and relationships more of a priority. That's what you're thinking about. That could be one of the options. Do you want to shift your focus? Do you want to shift your options here? And then what's at issue here is Ace of Swords, reversed. So Ace would be something coming into a realization, an epiphany, a clear understanding, coming in and changing the dynamic. So you've either had a clear understanding that has not changed the dynamic and you haven't done anything with it yet, but you've gotten clarity, or you lack clarity, right, with the 7 of Cups and all these options here. You lack clarity, you lack understanding. There could be a communication that would bring some clarity, but you don't have that either. You don't have the communication that brings clarity. You're not having the epiphany. You're not having the clear direction. You're debating still. There's just not a clear priority or a clear winner here in whatever this is that we're talking about. There's no clear winner, there's no clarity, there's no epiphany. Maybe you're like analyzing this and being like, and the answer is, what is it? And all these options that you're dealing with, you just aren't having clarity or a clear understanding of what it is that you want to do here. I think you're still feeling pretty overwhelmed, but you're trying to figure out how to maybe even leap from 9 of Coins energy to 9 of Cups energy. You're trying to figure that out. I think your leap is going to lead you from one focus to another focus, and maybe in life in general, maybe just this week, whatever, scale it up and down according to how, what's going on in your life right now. 5 of Wands, lots of conflict in your environment. Well, we've got these options. This could be conflicting desires. You could have conflict in your environment. This could be a side story issue. Also, there's conflict going on, which is making all this much harder. Or this could be just these conflicting desires. And people are standing up for what they want. And there's this could be a discussion. This could be an argument going on in your environment. This is like, it is similar to what are we going to prioritize? And here you've got it's like the debate team got a little physical, like they couldn't quite keep it. Here they're studying. The 7 of Cups is they're studying, they're trying to figure out, they're building their arguments, and here they're actually arguing, debating it. So there's a debate of priorities, of inspiration, of Yeah, there's some sort of argument or fight going on around you in your environment of priorities. All of these people have their ideas, and there's a clash of ideas going on here. Your to-do list, this 8 of Wands sitting right underneath the 7 of Cups. So 8 of Wands is going to be communication. Communication, I want to say communication, but there's constraints here. There's limitations. I think this communication needs to transcend these limitations. But it is quick communication coming in. You need to see, if you're struggling with this or you're trying to prioritize, you need to make some sort of, maybe that's the leap, is communicating. Communicating what you're thinking, communicating what you're debating, communicating what's on your mind, communicating what's going on with you, communicating what your options are. I mean, there's a lot about like debate, communication. There's 2 cards of really debating, trying to figure out something, and maybe getting clarity or telling someone what's going on, telling someone what you're doing. There's 8 of Wands is just communicating. Communication, movement, communicating very clearly what you're thinking, what your ideas are. There's a sense of sort of transcending what is with this communication here. What is there's a debate. What is there's time, there's money, there's priorities, there's feelings, there's emotions, there's not a lot of clarity. What is discussion, argument, fighting for priorities. And transcending all of that, I believe, is this 8 of Wands. This is your leap. This is the same energy in this leap here, right? That leaping over this landscape, the leaping over this landscape, sending something out. We haven't landed yet. We don't know where these are landing, but we're sending them out. And look, it's like it's the meeting halfway vibe here. She's like about to get hit by a bunch of wands, so it's not going to be pretty. But just let's pretend it is. It's like this energy is coming together here, communicating and leaping. That's your leap, I think. And a lot of ground is going to get covered there. That it's going to go a lot further than what you're thinking it's going to go. And then in your future, your possible outcome is the 6 of Cups. Reunion, renewal with something. It sits right underneath this 9 of Cups, this dream of emotional fulfillment. And here is some sort of reconnection with something that is emotionally fulfilling for you. Something from your younger days. These are full of flowers. Beautiful things have grown here. But this is a return to some sort of more innocent, more childlike situation, imagining. One of them's reading and the other one's playing. There's a bird in the hand. There's a bird in the hand. Huh, that's fascinating. We have this 9 of Coins, bird in the hand with our little farmer lady. And then we have the bird in the 9 of Cups is eating, being fed, right? Here the bird is a useful tool for getting what we want. Here the bird, our little souls, our little hearts are being nourished, right? That's a cup energy, that nourishment. Here the bird is announcing things, ready to fight. We've got our cockfight here. Got our little cock out there. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Time to wake up and fight for what you want. Here we have the bird bringing in a message. And here we have the bird flying, the bird in our hand. So we have a useful bird becoming a nourished bird, becoming a talkative bird, almost an urgent bird, and then becoming a friendly bird in the hand, something that you actually have, this happiness that returns to you. So that's beautiful. All right, Capricorn. I like this too because this is such an energetic card. There's so much energy in this communication, very quick communication, energy gaining momentum right here. And birds. You have 3 birds here. So that seems very lovely. And then here, you are taking flight. You're kind of the bird here. That's very interesting to me. Never had that in a reading before. All right, what's the wild Kuan say? Well, no birds here, but you got a unique little path. You're a unique little being here, and you've got your own way of doing things. Uniquely you, the more we are willing to become authentic rather than conventional, the more we will need to eschew conditioning in favor of aliveness. Be willing to run the risk of being authentic so that you can live from your heart, living from your heart and experiencing real joy, which is what I think we're having here. So, all right, Capricorn, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes and your subscribes and your comments. I very much appreciate them.